It's Murphy Gray Hunter, and it is Thursday, March 14th. I think it's about 7 o'clock in the evening. Well, I was downstairs just sitting there being lazy. No, actually I was. But it's because I was up and out of the house early doing stuff. Oh, I need to wash my hair. I'm still trying to find somebody to do my hair because, you know, I'm looking for somebody to braid my hair. It's not as easy as I thought, but I'm determined. So anyway, I wanted to show y'all this spell. I already showed this spell on my Coven page, so I kind of have a mess everywhere, but I definitely wanted to show you guys. I hesitate to show spells on YouTube because seeing what some witches have to go through, like the bullying and the constant feedback from... Now see, I'm one to like feedback. I'm great with feedback. I don't like the feedback that's cruel or that's not the way you do it or blah, blah, blah. You know, like my way's the right way and you suck. I don't like those type of things because everybody has their own way of doing spells. Everyone does things completely different. That's what makes all of us witches so, you know, unique, is that we all have our own way. Just like I could tell you guys, just like a chef. They will get a recipe for, I don't know, let's just say ratatouille, right? And everyone will have the same ingredients, but they might add a little something different to theirs, which makes it unique to them, right? So it's kind of the same thing. And all I know is what works for me. Is it right? Is it wrong? I don't know, but it's right for me, and that's all that matters. And I just want to share what I know, and if it helps anybody, great. I'm not here to say, I'm the best teacher in the world. No, I'm not. I have this thing, like if you learn something, you should teach something. You know, if someone gives you some information and that person is okay with you sharing it, share. Sharing is caring. So anyway, I'm going to show you this little spell that I do. I'm going to be doing a road opener. So again, if you just want to be, again, I've not had any hateful people at all. None of my subscribers or anybody who watches my videos have ever been hateful. I'm so grateful for that, because I'm not a hateful person. And, you know, so anyway, if this goes well, I would definitely be showing more. Okay, so I'm doing a road opener spell. So for my road opener spell, I'm going to be doing a candle. I know some people make fun of people who do candle work, but I love candle work. There's nothing wrong with candle work. If it works, great. You know what I mean? So I have two different types of candle. I have like a basic solid yellow one, and then I have a road opener. Abre Caminos, which is open road. So I got this at a Botanica for $5. If you don't have this particular type of candle, that's okay. You can use a basic candle like this. If all you have is a white candle, that's okay too. You know, I feel that you can use any color candle to do any type of work, because, you know, I always say the intention comes from the witch. These things are great. It helps to layer your spell. It helps to intensify. You guys know I use that whole analogy of Bath and Body adding stuff. You can just bathe with, you know, with strawberry soap and you'll smell like it. But if you get out and you put lotion and spray, it's going to intensify the smell and it'll last long. It gives it more power, right? So it's kind of like that with spells, just in my opinion. I feel like when you layer your spells and color code your candles and use roots, minerals, oils, you know, herbs, crystals, whatever it is, to help layer your spell, to help give it a little extra boost, you know? So that's why I say that. So, like I said, I'm going to be using this one. But if all you have is a candle like this, for road opening, I use yellow and I also use orange. And if I don't have either one of those, I will use brown or white if that's all I have. But, so I'm going to kind of show you some ideas on both of them. So before I show you this particular idea, well, the actual spell, I'm going to give you some tips on this. If you have a plain white or yellow, orange, or brown candle, and you want to dress this up. If you're going to write on your candle, do not dress it with oil, because once you put oil on it, it's going to smear everything you just wrote off of there. I learned that the hard way. I was using a Sharpie and I used oil and it just came all off. I'm like, oh. So you definitely don't want to do that. If you're going to oil your candle, just make sure up here, for me, I put the name of the person right up here and the date of birth. Then you can go ahead and put oil. Or you can put your petition, like write it here, and put oil on the back side. I'm just saying, just whatever, how you want to do it. Or you can take your petition and put it underneath the candle. Or you can take a petition and you can even use like a rubber band or a string or something to put your petition on the candle too as well. All right, so also with this, if you want to put oil and herbs in the inside, you can make holes like this. You guys probably know this already. I made holes using a pencil. I use the chopsticks that you get at the Asian restaurants. You can use those and make perfect holes, sticks from outside. But you want to make holes in there big enough and deep enough to put your herbs and your oils. If you're going to put herbs in your candles, please make sure you grind them really, really well. Because if not, you know, they're going to be very flammable. And same with your oils. Be careful with how much oil you put in here, because you are just adding more fuel to this fire, and it could combust. And then you're like, holy shit, the devil's coming for me. No, girl, no. It's just that you put too much stuff in here. So you want to definitely be careful with that. All right. And also another tip that you can do with this, if you don't feel comfortable with making the holes like this, you can go ahead and put this candle, and I think I'm going to make a video showing this. It's super easy. You guys probably know how to do this. You take your candle and you put it in a pot of hot water and you simmer it over the stove, and you're just going to let this liquefy, almost like I did my the little tea light candles. Remember these that I made? Now put these in the oven to liquefy so I could put the stuff in it. You can do the same thing. You can put this in a pot, a simmering pot, with some water in there, and just let it simmer, and you're just going to let this liquefy. Now you want to make sure you're holding on to this, to the wick. If you don't want to hold it on and you don't have anything to hold on to, you could tie it with the string, like with the thread, and just pull the thread across, and tape it right here, so the wick doesn't move. Okay, that's why I say that. Anyway, so you want to kind of liquefy it, and it doesn't have to be completely liquid, but you want to make it soft enough where you can stir it. So once it's like that, have your herbs and oils and whatever you're going to put in here ready, like I did with these little ones. Have it already ready to go, and then go ahead and start putting everything in here. And then just, I need a table. I'll use my right on my boob. They better be good for something, right? So you just put everything in there, right? And then take your long chopstick or whatever you're going to use and stir all the ingredients in there. So you're putting your herbs, your oils, your minerals, whatever it is you're going to put in your candle. Then go ahead and let it sit, and it's going to get hard pretty quickly, like these did. And if you want to put stuff on the top of your candle like I did, right when it starts to set, right where it starts to get kind of hard, go ahead and drop your stuff on top of it. And then that way your candle will have all the herbs and minerals and roots and oils, all that mixed throughout your candle, and then you can have it on top if you want to make it pretty. But if you're going to do that, if you're going to make it all bling bling and pretty, make sure you watch your candles when you're burning them, especially when you have them with stuff inside. You want to watch them. Don't go to work. Don't go to the store and leave it burning, because you just don't know. So that's my little tip on that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the road opening spell. Y'all like, ugh, we don't want to know all that. I don't know if y'all do or not. All right, so you guys know that when I do spells, I like to use these little white plates. I went to Goodwill and I bought a bunch of little white plates. Now, make sure your plates are like heat proof, because if not, when your candle is burning and it's burning on the very bottom part, when it's already to the end and you have it here, it could crack your plate. So you want to be very careful with that. If you don't have heat-proof plates, then I don't have one in front of me, but just use like a little, like a little, you know how I burn my candles inside vases and glasses like that? Well, at the dollar store, they sell all kinds of little glass, containers, and just put it in a container with some water and put it right on your plate. That way it's in water, it won't get super hot, and it won't crack your plate, and you won't think the devil is coming for you. When mine broke, I'm like, holy shit, the devil is coming! Oh my God. Yeah, that's when I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Okay, that was like last week. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so on my white plate, I love to work with sigils and symbols. So I have sigils and symbols on here. So these sigils represent money, prosperity, career, wealth. That's what these particulars, each symbol means something different. And I don't have it right in front of me, but if you guys are on, well, you know, I don't know if I put it on my Brujas. I'm not sure, but if y'all are on my Brujas page, I have or will post these particular sigils and what they mean on the bottom. But yes, each of these symbols represents, money, wealth, prosperity, good luck, career, because I'm doing this as a road opening for my husband. I'm trying to get him, some open doors because he wants to come home and stop working overseas. And so, we want to bring new opportunities to him. And the new opportunities that we want to come his way is going to be for a job. And that job needs to have security and needs to have money. Like he needs to be able to make a certain amount of money, wealth, prosperity, abundance, all of that. So we ain't sugarcoating it. You take a job, it's got to check off all the boxes. So I put that on here, and around here I had my marker, and I wrote let's see, I wrote new job, can't read my handwriting, new job, money, success. New job, money, success. And I wrote that all over the plate. Now, on this plate, I use a dry eraser marker because I like to reuse this plate. So after my spell is done, I take some Florida water. Well, first I take a tissue and wipe this all down because it's dry eraser marker. So if I do this, it's going to come completely off. I take a tissue and I wipe it all off. And then I get my Florida water and I wipe it all down, and my plate is ready to go for the next spell. So that works for me. I'm using green dry eraser marker because, again, I'm trying to do stuff that deals with money. So I wrote it in green. If I was doing a love spell, it would be like in red or pink. If it was, protection or hex, it'd be in black, like that. Okay. If you want to have a permanent plate for money, if you do a money spell every month and you want to keep money coming your way, and you just like, I don't want to do this every single month, you can go ahead, purchase a heat-proof plate and get a Sharpie marker and write what you want, and you put it into the oven. And when you put, I don't know exactly how long, I mean, it's not even more than 5 minutes. You put it into the oven, and what that's going to do, your marker is going to bake into your plate. And then you don't have to do this all over again. That's just if it's something you want to do. But guys, I'm like, oh, shit, I ain't have that many plates. So I just rewrite it because I never know, like what it is. I do a money spell every month, but this spell is different than a money spell. This has to do with money, but it also has to do with a new job for Derek and new opportunities that deal with his career, with money, success. So new job, money, success. So that's just a little tip. Now, when I write, now these are here, no problem. You just write them however you want. But when I write the petition around the plate, this is just what I do. I hold the plate in a position and I start writing, and I don't pick up my marker. I write it, and as I write, I'm turning. And I put it on the table because I can't do it with my hand. I put it on the table and I just start turning the plate. So I just start writing new job, money, success. So whatever it is that you write it all around the plate, and you don't pick up your pen. And after you're done, you can dot the I's and cross the T's or whatever. That's just something that I do. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. That's just me. If you don't want to do these sigils on the plate, you don't have to do that. You can write the petition right on the plate. And when I mean your petition, since this is for Derek, I would write, you know, his name, you know, Derek Hunter and his date of birth. Derek Hunter and his date of birth. Derek, you know, and his date of birth. And then I would turn the plate, like, what is it, 60 degrees? And then I would write, you know, new job, money, success, you know, over it. And so you can do however many times. I do 3. Some people do 9. Some people do 12. Whatever number works for you. I've always liked 3. I do 3 across, and then that's how I do my petition papers. Okay, so now that I have my plate ready, it's ready to go. I'm going to take my candle here. This candle smells so good. This is cocoa vanilla. And I don't know what that last word is. But it's coconut and vanilla. Let's see. Coconut, vanilla. I guess it's that little fruit that's down there. Anyway, so see the wax fruit in there? And there's some in here. This smells really good. Like I said, you don't have to get these. It's just, you know, and also when you buy these candles are nothing like, these candles are a miracle worker. I'm going to get this candle, it's going to work. These candles, unless the practitioner that you are purchasing this from actually dresses and fixes the candle and puts a prayer over the candle for you, I don't believe have any type of special mojo. You need to bring this candle home if you're just picking it up from the store, regardless wherever you get it, and you need to cleanse your candle first, whether you run it through sage, whether you clean your stuff with Florida water or salt water, however you cleanse your items. I do things differently, you know, just depends on what I have on hand. But I like to use Florida water, and I just put it on a paper towel, and I just clean everything. And why you're doing this is to clean all the energy off of this candle, because this candle's been handled by so many people, right? So that's what I do. Then once I'm going to get my candle ready, again, this is something you can do if you want or not. But, you know, you guys know I love hoodoo. And in one of my hoodoo books, they talk about breathing life into your candles. So basically, it's just breathing your hot, fiery dragon breath into the candle, hoping that you don't melt your shit. No, it's just breathing into your candle and giving your candle life. I'm trying to be all serious. Trying to give your candle life, bringing it to life. That's what you're saying. What I'm saying, bringing my candle to life. So that's what I do. And then once it's cleansed and I've already breathed life into this, I'm going to go ahead and get my candle ready. So on here, I'll write my husband's name, because this is going to be for him. I'll write his name and his date of birth right on here. And the reason why I say the date of birth is super important, because if your husband's name is John Smith, you know how many John Smiths are out there? So, you know, you want to make sure you can be, you know, as specific as you can. So make sure you put the date of birth. And then on the candle, I am also going to write new job, money, and success, because I need him to make sure that the job that he's going to take, because this is something that it's not like, oh, this is what I want. This is something that we both want. We want him to be able to come home and be here with us versus, you know, working overseas. He's got a great job overseas, but he's not going to let that go until he finds another job here in the States. So he needs a new job. He needs money, because it needs to match the money or greater than what he's making. And he wants it to be successful, because he still is very young to where he still wants to make a career out of a new job. So you want to be careful on how you word your things. Think about what it is that you want from, like, for in this case, what is it that Derek and I want, you know, from this spell, you know, and with this road opener candle, you know, we want a new career, we need a new job, you know, we want money. Money is great. I keep telling y'all, money is good. Money is good. And then you want it to be successful. So that's what I'm going to write on here. And then I'll write some money symbols on here. And then I'll also do some more sigils on here that represent all the things that we want. On the back of these candles, they come with prayers. You can say these, it has it in English and in Spanish. So you can read this prayer if you want, or you can do your own prayer, or you can do your own enchantment, whatever it is that you want to do. But that's how I'm going to get this candle ready, by doing that. Now, as far as the top of the candle, the only thing that I'm going to add to this candle is going to be some of this Rose of Jericho oil. I bought this Rose of Jericho oil at Papa Jim's Botanica, and I have my own. It's really simple. If you have a Rose of Jericho, you can just pick whatever type of oil you like to use, and put some of your Rose of Jericho plant in there, and go ahead and enchant it. You guys, if y'all don't watch Sanciso Brujo Luis, he made a really good video. I don't know the title of it right offhand, but it has to do with oils, and he really gives some really great tips on using oils. And he reminded me about using mineral oil. Totally forgot how inexpensive mineral oil is and how great it's, such a universal oil. So go watch his video and get some great tips on that. But if I was going to make Rose of Jericho oil, again, because like I said, I've already used it all, I use grapeseed oil. And I actually did buy some grapeseed oil because I'm going to make some more. But anyway, so that's the only kind of oil that I'm going to put in here. And I'm just going, because everything else is going to go on my plate. All right, so now my plate is ready, my candle is ready, and I have my petition ready. I have my husband's name on it and his date of birth. Did y'all see that? I know I'm a hot mess, right? So just get a regular piece of paper. I pre-make a lot of these just so I can have them. Now, when you do petition papers like this, you want to make sure that you rip off the ends, right? Not with scissors, but with your hands. Again, that's just another hoodoo thing. You can cut if you want, but for me, I cut all the edges off. Why? I don't know, honestly, but that's just what I do. I'm just keeping it real. I don't know. And then I have a picture of my honey bun, so that's what I'm going to use. So when I put these things on the plate, I'm also going to be using a mirror. When I do money spells or any type of spells that to attract, I always use mirrors. You guys know I don't like mirrors, but I do use them in cases like this because I really want to attract things, and using mirrors is really great for that. So, all right. That's going to go underneath the plate. So when I do hit the spell, it's going to be this. I'm going to set it on top of this mirror, and this petition and the picture is going to be on the bottom. That's how I do it. You can do it in any order you want. All right, so let me show you the other ingredients that I'm going to use. I also am going to be using my horseshoe. You guys, I buy these horseshoes every time I go to like a thrift store. If I find them, I buy them. You can actually order some of that, or if you live in an area where they have like an animal store, like a what are they, like feed stores. We have a general feed store here, or anywhere where they sell like items for horses and things like that. You can find these brand new, just take them home and rust them up. The same way you would rust nails. When you buy brand new nails to make coffin nails, same thing. But if you purchase these like at garage sales or wherever you find these, I suggest you really keep these super, you cleanse them really well. These are iron, and iron can hold on to residual energy like a magnet. When I'm not using any of my iron nails or my horseshoes, I have a box underneath here on the bottom. I don't think you'll, let me see, see that yellow box on the bottom of my dresser? That box has, it's just salt in there, big rock salt, and that's where all these sit in there. I got that, like, that was holding, like, I don't know, some type of food from the grocery store, and I just, when I went to Sam's, and I just asked them if I could have that box. Oh, my face itches. And I just put all my stuff in there, and I just throw salt on top. Oh, sorry, my face is so itchy. Okay, so I'm going to be using this. Now, again, I use my horseshoes this way because you want the good luck to come in and stay there, okay? So that's what I'm going to do. So that's going to go on my plate. All right. Just goes on my plate. And again, this is towards me, so the horseshoe is up. And then my candle is going to go right here. All right. All right. Now, here's my oil. My candle already will be dressed with the oil. And the things that I'm going to throw around my my road opener are a variety of things. I'm going to be using coffee beans. Coffee beans are really good when it comes to money. So I just go to my grocery store and I just buy coffee beans. Now you don't have to have whole ones. You can also use ground coffee if you have ground coffee. You can also save your coffee. Like if the coffee that's in your filter out after you drank it, lay it out on some paper towels and let it dry completely. Because if you try to store it and it's still a little bit wet, it's going to mold. So you can recycle that and you can use that in your spells as well. You can put them in your candles and you can put them or around your spell, however you want to do it. But in my case, I'm going to use coffee beans. I'm also going to be using lavender. Lavender is really good, you know, for balance. And that's what I'm looking for. You know, lavender is good for stress relief and all these peace and tranquility, but it also helps in balancing things in your life. And that's what we need with a road opener for Derek. We want some balance that he can have with the career, making money, being successful, and also being able to be home. So we need that perfect balance. I'm also going to be using bay leaves, because bay leaves, you guys know bay leaves are really good for good luck. I have all my notes right here. Bay leaves are really good for good luck and for money. So we definitely want to use bay leaves. If you don't have bay leaves, you can also use basil. Basil is also good for good luck and wishes as well. So, but I'm using bay leaves. Then, what else am I using? I'm also using dried yellow roses. Every time I get flowers, I dry them and I just save them. I have so many of these little Ziplocs of help me now, flowers. Every spring and summer, I buy fresh flowers. And of course, flowers from my Santa Marta on my altar. So whenever I get flowers, I save them, I dry them, and I use them in all my spells. So yellow roses are really good with happiness and also for new beginnings. So that's why I'm using yellow roses. And the last thing that I'm using is sage, loose sage. So when I go to the powwow, they usually sell these for like $2 a bag. But right before winter came, I dried my sage plant out there. And so this is for my sage plant outside. So I'm also going to put sage on there because, you know, sage is also good, you know, with new beginnings and balance, protection. And, you know, we want to make sure that he's going to, I want to make sure in this case for the sage, I want there to be no negativity, nothing negative coming his way. I want everything to be unblocked. I want him to have complete open, you know, everything to be open and ready for him to get new opportunities. So we don't need anything, you know, we don't need anybody, you know, coming in and trying to hate. You know how you guys like, when you tell somebody that you want something, then like, oh, they might have some envy or jealousy, and maybe they don't mean to, but you know, intentions or even thoughts, you know, you don't want any type of rubbish, can't say it, rubbish to jump in and interfere with what you're doing. So I want to use sage. And then the last things that I'm going to be using is, I'm going to be using some Tiger's Eye, the little chips that I buy. Now, if you don't have these chips, you could just use a big piece if you want. You don't have to use any of these things. but I'm going to use Tiger's Eye because Tiger's Eye represents courage. And we definitely need that. You know, when my husband has been working overseas with fuel for all these years, and even when he was, you know, even when he was in the military, working in the field, he was still doing fuel. So for him to be going into a new career, let's just say he's going to jump into something completely new. Let's just say he goes from working overseas, you know, working for the government as a, you know, working with the military, to working at the post office, right? Still working for the government, still great money, all great, but it's a different type of career. So for him, my husband is kind of, you know, like he's real repetitive in some certain things. So he's going to need some courage and some strength to be able to take on something new, you know? You know, they say you can't teach a dog new tricks. Well, we're going to teach him some new tricks. And then we're going to use some aventurine. Aventurine is also good for good luck and for relationships. It's good for wealth. And it's also good when you're looking for a new job. So like if you're looking for a new job, it's really nice to carry a piece of aventurine in your pocket. Okay, so the reason why I'm showing you all that is because I have all my ingredients right here, and I'm going to put it around the plate so this way you can see. And since I showed it already, I already had kind of spread it out. So the part that I can't pick apart, like the coffee and the lavender and the loose sage, I just put it in one pile. So I'm just going to spread it all around. I'm going to show you when I'm done. And again, if you guys don't want to use any of the ingredients that I have because, one, you don't like any of these ingredients, or two, you don't have any of these ingredients, you can definitely look in your cabinets and see what you have that will best represent you or the person that you are trying to help, you know, open some doors. Obviously, like, you know, maybe some people are good with new opportunities, you know, and aren't afraid to do something new, or doesn't need that extra boost of confidence or courage. You know, I'm doing this that's going to help my Derek. This is the things that I know that will help him. So if you don't want to use any of these ingredients and you want to use something completely different, feel free. This is why I say that for me, I think the number one best thing that you can do when you are trying to make your own spells is to know your herbs, your roots, your minerals, your flowers. Know your ingredients, because if you know your ingredients and you know the properties behind each of your ingredients, you can easily put spells together. You don't have to follow anybody else's spell. You can make your own, because if you have, all you have is coffee and cinnamon, and you're like, you know, that's all I have, but it has these properties in there, and all I have is a white candle, well, I'm going to make you work with that, because you can't. So this is just what I'm doing. So I just want to get that clear. All right, then I'm going to put my bay leaves all around. Oh, guys, my stomach is growling. It's saying, girl, this plate is looking like one of your salads that you eat. Calm down. We're not going to eat Derek's spell, because we need Derek to get a job. We need him to be able to come home. We can't eat the spell. All right. Okay. And then I'm going to take these chips. Now, somebody asked me, what do I do with these little chips when I'm done? I throw them out. Because look how tiny they are. You think I'm going to be picking these out? I just dumped them out. I don't save them. If it was a big piece, like say it was a, whoopsie, it was a big piece of crystal, like, you know, like a crystal like that, I would cleanse it. I would cleanse it and then reuse it for whatever else. But little ones like this, okay. All right. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what I got. So here is what my plate looks like. Isn't it beautiful? Again, you can add, look at all the mess I have. You can add whatever ingredients you want. Again, you don't have to use. The reason why I like the plate is because I like to layer mine like this. like I said, I had a really bad experience with my candle, you know, exploding when I put all the stuff in my candle. I am deathly afraid of fire. And so this helps me, because all of the stuff that I want to put into the candle, I have it here surrounding my candle. And not only does it look nice, but I don't really care. Really, it doesn't really, to me, it doesn't really matter what the spell looks like, as long as it works. But it does look pretty. And again, you can add whatever ingredients you want, but this is just how I'm going to get mine going. I'm going to put Derek's information on here, and I'm just going to get his candle ready. But all of this is ready, and then I'm just going to enchant this, and then go ahead and get it ready and put it over there on my working altar, and let this burn. So that's my road opener. Okay, guys, so that is my, let me not drop it, please don't drop it. That is my road opener. Now again, you can do the same thing if you're using one of these candles. If I was using one of these candles, I already told you how I would dress it. And like I said, I wouldn't put anything in here other than a little bit of the oil on top. And I would set this right in the middle with all the things written on here. That's just how I have this one. And actually, I'm going to burn this one too. I made this candle. Remember when I showed how I made these? I made this candle for money and good luck. I'm going to go ahead and burn this along with all the other ones since I made it. But when I burn this, I will be sitting right in here watching this. I don't like to smudge my candles out, but I will not go to sleep and leave this thing burning. One, because I never leave candles on. And two, you know, when I'm asleep or when I'm gone. And number two, because, excuse me, I have these things all over the place. I don't want one of those urban legend type of thing. What is it? Is that the movie Urban Legend, where crazy things happen and then it just like magically picks up and starts a fire? Yeah, no. You know, I overthink things. So I'm going to be doing that. And then, of course, I'm going to be placing my mirror and my petition underneath the bottom of the plate. All right, guys, that is my road opener candle. That's just one of many that I do. There are several other ones that I make. If you like this and you want me to show y'all another one, like another easier way, because I also do a candle that's like the not these type of candles, but like the tapered candles, the ones that you can just write on the wax. I do something like that where I write on the candle, and then I make a road opener powder, and then I rub my candle in that. And so if y'all want me to do a video showing y'all the road opener powder, and how to use the powder dry and how to use it wet, I can do a video on that if you like. All right, guys, as always, love you all and blessed be. Bye.